Kasiki, oh, it's missing the word paid, for a dozen pencils with a $10 bill. She got $4.96 and change. How much did she spend in all, and how much was each pencil? All right, so we've looked at our question. First thing we need to do, it says dozen. They tried to trick us here. What math word means a dozen? 12. That's our first step when we do when we're solving ERQs. Yep. D, W, B. Calculate how much she spent. So how much she spent on the pencils and the price for one pencil. We have calculate. We have two questions. Calculate the total that she spent and calculate the price of one pencil. All right, so if you haven't worked this, you need to make sure you pause at this point and you solve, and then you can start your tape again. All right, so I know she spent $10 and she got $4.96 back. So how would I find out how much she ended up spending? So we need 10 minus $4.96. Now, how in the world am I going to subtract this from a whole number? Where is the decimal hiding? Behind the number. So we're going to add in our decimal. How do I subtract decimals? Line up the decimals. So I'm going to put my decimal in first, and then I'm going to write my numbers. If you don't like having a hole there, you're just going to add your 0. Oh, we need to borrow. So here we have another bit to our problem. We're going to borrow from the 10 and give it to its neighbor. Borrow from the 10 and give it to its neighbor. 10 minus 6 is, 9 minus 9 is, 9 minus 4 is, and where do we put our decimal? In our unit. Every word problem needs a word. Our word is $1. All right, now this is how much they spent total, but I need to know how much they spent for, this was 12 pencils, but I need to know how much they spent for one pencil. So think in your head, if you spent $10 and you bought 5 pencils, how much does each pencil cost? $2. So whenever you're using decimals or fractions, sometimes if you just think in whole numbers, it helps. So we're going to divide. We're going to take the amount. Remember, you're leaving space to write with because I'm not going to do the writing. And we're going to divide it by, how many pencils did they buy total? 12. Now we've gone over this just a couple of times, but remember with fractions, with decimals, our quotient, the decimal just goes right up into the quotient. We can also do this by counting out our pennies and cents. So 6, this is like 12 pencils, right? And I could count out $5. So we know it's going to be in cents. So I could count out 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, $1, 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, $2, 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, $3. I need $2.04 left over. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $1. I have $1.04 left over. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Now I have 24 cents left over, and I will put 4 in each one. So if the decimal division seems a bit scary, you can always just make a model, just like we do with long division, and just think about it as pennies and dollars. So 25 cents plus 10 cents plus 5 cents plus 9 cents. 44 cents each. All right, so let's see if our regular division gave us the same answer. 12 can't go into 5. 12 can go into 50. Oh, I counted something wrong. 12 goes into 24 too. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Oh, yep, I went over. That's what I get for not checking my math, right? All right. And because this one's less than $1, you can either write 42 cents or you can write 42 out of $1, whichever one works for you. All right, so at this point, you need your sentences. This one you could actually probably answer in one sentence if you do both of these in the same sentence. All right, last one. And again, you're stopping the tape so that you can answer these on your own, and you can do the other work on your own as well. Carlito buys 3 dozen cookies. 3 dozen, and we said a dozen is 12. And a cake at the bakery for $21. The cake costs $12. How much does 1 dozen cookies cost? Calculate the cost of a dozen cookies. Describe the steps you used. All right, let's get our paper set up. D, W, B. Calculate, our verb goes first. 1 dozen cookies. Oops. I need a bullet, or because. Describe the steps. Bullet. All right, so I have 3 times 12 is the amount that he spent on all the cakes. Oh, all the cookies. But, so first off, what's 3 times 12? Oh, nope. He spent $12. 3 times some number equals 12. Miss Dunnigan's having problems today. All right, so they spent $12 total for 3 dozen. How much did each dozen of cookies cost? Well, 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Man, I am still making mistakes. You're probably all looking at me like I'm crazy. So first off, we need to know how much they spent on the cookies. So we have the cookies plus the cake equals $21. And how much did they spend on the cake? $12. So some number plus 12 equals $21. So how much did they spend on all the dozens of cookies? $9. But we didn't buy 1 dozen of cookies. We bought 3 dozens of cookies. So how much for each dozen? All right, so it says how much is a dozen cookies? $3. First, we subtracted 12. And then we divided by 3. All right, so here's your key for your ERQs. And I want you to remember that on Dojo, for each of these kind of sections, I'm going to be giving you guys a Dojo point. And those Dojo points are going to be what I use to determine if you get the Principal's Award. So this would be 1 Dojo point. And then you'll get 1 Dojo point for every day worth of your math activities. All right, hope this helped. If you were having any kind of struggles, then you can stop here and write your sentences, and I hope that you were also able to check and correct your answers. All right, have a great day. We'll talk soon.